I told Melissa, my wife.
Wait,
my
what?
Wife, no, my wife. Oh, yeah, I got married. Did I tell you?
Oh, I have big news too. We went camping.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
It's brother to brother, brothers, two brothers hanging and talking about stuff.
Yeah. Like, we have another baby coming, man. That's
another boy.
Another boy. So 5 boys for me, and then the one daughter.
But this is gonna. But I will say, I don't know about your new boy, but AJ is the staple and the head boy.
Yeah, but he's also like
he's gonna be scarred up.
He's like a risk taker, but he's a really kind-hearted boy. And the trick with like having this baby is I don't know, how does the next baby? How's the next baby when the baby comes in? How does he respond to that?
How does that work?
I think that I think he's a sweet kid who he's not gonna not be a sweet kid.
AJ.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna be a sweet bigger brother. I think he's gonna be the kid that's like
very intense. He reminds me of you.
He goes hard.
But he's also like glary.
He takes it all in. He does take it all in. He's
like an alpaca. Yeah, he'll get into your soul, dude. You ever been looked at by an alpaca? You know what I mean? You've never been seen. Like if somebody's like, I've never been heard. Like, just go to an alpaca farm, dude. No, don't get rid of the dog.
No, I'm just moving along. He's gonna nap. He needs.
But alpacas look into your soul.
That's
dude.
funny.
It's terrifying.
He will walk by a mirror and he looks in the mirror, but it looks like he's practicing glaring. Like he's like. So I was practicing with him. Big time cowboy. Horses. We went into an antique store and found these old vintagey horses, and now we have 3 of them. And he has his little, cap guns. And
I gotta say one thing.
He's super fun, man.
You've been wearing cowboy hats a little bit.
It's a really. And
I gotta be honest. You don't look like an asshole. Well, I was rooting for asshole for sure. Yeah. But I was like, I told Melissa, my wife.
Wait,
my
what?
Wife, no, my wife. Oh, yeah, I got married. Did I tell you?
Oh, I had big news too. We went camping.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So sorry to one up you.
But Well, camping in the Wells family was a big fucking deal, dude.
Camping in the backyard.
No, but I was telling Melissa
when we were kids, camping was just the power shut off.
Yeah, that was the original title for this podcast. It's Gone Camping.
Gone Camping. It's like, we'll probably go back to it.
We're going camping this week. Like, oh, where are we going? Like, right here.
Yeah.
Get your flashlights, ladies and gentlemen.
We're the only family at the end of the 20th century that lived by candle.
What was the joke? Like, we would all be sitting there in the dark, and you look out the window, you'd see Dad unraveling like a 300-foot cord and going to the neighbors and just be like gesticulating with the cord in his hand. And then we thought, oh, good, we're gonna get some lights on. But no, it was just to plug the TV in.
Gotta watch the Lakers.
Just to watch the Lakers game. Just to watch the Lakers. No, but I told her, I was like, my brother's wearing cowboy hats now. And I wanted to make fun of it. I was like, God, he looks pretty good. But I don't think I can do the cowboy hat.
This is a rant. I think you could. Here's why.
What do you think it is? What is it? I think it's a mental shift.
This is a random thing. So I had this.
By the way, can we bring cowboy hats next week?
Yeah, yeah. I have 2. Yeah, I think that. So Reddit. I was on Reddit, and there's this hat that I wanted, and then the guy that teaches across from me, he has a version of it. It's called the Gus. It's the Stetson Gus. Okay. And it's based on the main character from Lonesome Dove, Robert Duvall's character. His hat is named after him, the Gus. They made it for that character. So Stetson came out with a version of it you can buy. And I was looking at this more of like it's a little smaller, it's made out of wool instead. Anyways. And so I went on Reddit, what are the reviews for it? And the first one was like, this guy goes, listen, if you're not relatively tall, have gray hair, and probably some kind of beard, stay away from it. But if you have those things, it's going to look great on you.
Well, you're not even relatively tall. You're like
I'm 6'3", yeah. But
am I relatively tall?
Yeah, I think certainly. You're 6 foot. Yeah, you're above average.
No.
You're
5'11".
Okay. Yeah, but with hair, you're 6 foot.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
So
it's like Jason Priestley.
And your beard is coming real gray in the last year and a half.
Well,
since you moved here.
Yeah.
It's been some stuff.
I saw pictures from 2.5 years ago.
That's wild, right?
No gray.
Mine's 5 years. 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Less gray. I mean, my hair was gray, but the beard especially.
Your hair went gray quick.
Yeah.
But I had no.
I would argue I have way more silver and gray than.
I think you have beautiful hair.
Thank you. We have nice hair,
and
in the
I can only
family.
tell you that because I also have beautiful.
Yeah, it's. If we should change this podcast name to the Beautiful Hair Podcast,
I mean,
and
honestly,
then just really alienate bald guys, which is most of our demographic.
but it's like
all
can I
22
tell you
of
what
our
I hate?
followers
Can I
are
tell you what I hate? Bald people.
bald people.
Like, dude, you guys look ridiculous.
Yeah. You have hair follicle.
You look ridiculous.
I told the lady that cut my hair that just let me have some of the shavings of the hair so
Can
I can bring them to my friend.
Can I give you a hair unchallenged person's thing that I love doing? It's my favorite thing in the world because at our age, we're mid to late 40s. My favorite fucking thing. And my best friend Doug,
very bald.
He's bald,
very
which
good
we'll
shape.
tell that story, but I feel responsible for that.
Okay,
his baldness, but I go to get my hair cut.
Yeah.
And the person goes, "What do you want?" And I literally have such great hair that I say, "Do whatever you want." Isn't that fucked up?
I like that our best attributes are things we have no control over.
No control over.
Yeah, we didn't earn these.
My only good quality is
genetic.
A genetic thing that I had literally
pure
I had to do
accidents.
nothing.
That's why we lean into them. We know our strengths.
So my best friend Doug is bald.
Yeah.
And so what we worked on, I was shooting a music video or directing a music video, and I had him. He was acting in it, and he had to wear this full prosthetic that covered his entire head.
Okay.
And on the first couple of days, we had the prosthetic maker there to take it off. But the last day, she's like, "I need to leave at noon," and she showed me how to take it off. Now, at this point, he had hair.
Were you saying, yeah, I got it?
I got it. I was like, okay. Yeah, I was like, yep.
That sounds like that's also one of our best attributes is the complete delusional overconfidence that we understand something complicated.
Delulu. So, dude, and we get done with the shoot, and he's miserable. He has to drink his food through a straw. God bless the man. So I got to take this thing off, and I'm doing So I get it off him. I ripped all the hair off of his head.
Follicle,
dude, it's his head's bleeding.
I never heard this story.
Check. This is really true. I rip it all out. His hair never grew back.
Not even in patches.
Nope, that was it.
That was it.
I balded him.
You balded
him. I pulled out the last.
He's doing okay.
He had a 6-month runway at best.
Yeah,
you could see through his hair.
Thinning. He was thinning.
You could see through his hair like a.
If anything,
window.
you did the man a favor.
I did him a favor, because now he looks great.
He's in really good shape. He pulls it off well.
Well, he's a handsome man, but it's great because he's really into watches. Oh, I feel bad because he gave me a watch for my wedding, but I got married. Yeah, I got married.
Oh,
yeah,
I went camping.
Shocker. You went camping? Yeah. What was that like?
There was a bear.
That must have been intense.
There was a bear. It was intense. This is my favorite joke, man. Alonzo Bowden's joke. He goes, I work hard all year long to take a week pretending I'm homeless. A bear got in our truck.
You did a glamping.
Yeah, but it's black bears are in the area.
So you did a dumb
black bear.
You did a dumb camping thing. What? I think you lost. We were ranking what our man card is.
Yeah.
You lost points.
No, I think I gained 1 but lost a half.
Okay, so where did you start?
2.
So you went to 3, 3. So now 2.5.
Yes.
Because
I fished off a canoe.
Did you catch?
No catch.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry. It's as soon as I started recording.
Lots of bites. I got video proof of me losing them.
Were you standing?
No, in the canoe, man. I'm sitting.
No, I'm saying, but were you standing is like a pretty good point.
Yeah, but I did 0 of those. So this is a bump. Only ate food at the campsite. We cooked there. We didn't leave. We didn't go into the city.
So you stayed at the site and you cooked what you brought, or you caught, but you didn't catch.
Didn't catch.
But that was the plan.
Yes, the plan was I brought food because I probably won't catch.
Okay. What'd you cook it on?
I have a big double burner propane thing, which probably is a 1/4 point off the top.
No, it's not a 1/4 point because I think,
or maybe it's a half point up.
You get a half point for preparation.
Yeah, I was ready.
Because those things are available.
Yeah.
By the way,
the mistake I made is that I left my son's milk and apple juice, the gallon of milk.
That's a pretty big one.
In an ice chest, but the ice chest was one of those bear-safe ice chests, but not locked. And it was in the bed of my truck. And about 4 a.m, my wife goes, who's terrified the entire time and doesn't sleep. She's convinced The Walking Dead is coming.
Well, because she's right.
Right. And The first night, for sure, she goes, "Do you hear that?" I go, "Yeah, it's probably a bear. We got to go to sleep." And she's just like white knuckling, getting through night. And she's 20
So
weeks
what is
pregnant.
wrong with you, dude? Are you like Alex Honnold that has no fear index? Like,
I think there was
That's
an element of
wild.
me that was just like, "What am I going to do?
well, I
What am I going to confront the bear?
Yeah, I told my wife.
How am I going to win?"
I told my wife I got married by the way.
Yeah,
no,
So let me
yeah.
finish my camping story. So the bear breaks into the ice chest. I go to get my kids milk in the morning. My wife, by the way, goes to the bathroom, comes back and goes, "There's something very heavy out here."
You're
I
like,
go,
yeah, it's
"It's
that dump you just took in the
it's
forest,
not a bear."
dude.
So I get out in the morning and I was like, well, I mean, I don't see nothing. But I look in the bed and it's open. There's no milk and and I go, where the heck did that gallon of milk canister and apple juice go? And I find it behind the trunk, completely empty. 30 feet down the road, the bear had diarrhea everywhere. So I call that, we'll call that a draw.
I'm gonna call it a full point loss.
Yeah, I get a half. He paid the price.
Hold on.
He paid the price.
The milk was inside of
an ice chest that was latched down, sealed,
and it was
and
in
had
the back of
back
your
of my
truck,
bed.
but the truck had a cover.
No cover.
Yeah. Do they don't have the bear?
No, they don't. Not at this location. No bear safe things. But like, if I just put it inside the bed of the,
All right, so we're
the
gonna
cabin.
have a point because you attempted to do the
I
right.
attempted to do the right thing, but the bear still got to it, and then I had no milk or apple juice.
By the way,
for my
speaking
son.
of diarrhea, I saw this video. This guy, they were camping, and he was just like, there was a tree, but you see a guy bent over behind it, and then he just like took a shit into a lake, and it went like 5 feet.
Uh-huh.
And like, instead of being like, oh, that's disgusting, I was like, I think I can beat that. I'm pretty sure I can beat that.
The other mistake I made was the guy that was camping down from us. He told me, he goes, "Yeah, I went to sleep at 10. I woke up at 1. I couldn't go back to sleep, so I made a little fire, and I was just sitting out by the fire, and I looked to my right, and 6 feet to my right is a black bear." He goes, "That scared the shit out of me." And I would go, "Babe, did you hear what this guy just said?" And then she was like, so that was the other mistake,
You're
was
a
telling her
dummy,
that the
dude.
black bear was 40 feet from us.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they're there.
yeah, but I think like a little bit of oblivious, like, oh, it's probably just a deer. Even though deer are way more dangerous. Like, they get up and they say the deer are the problem. Bear, they don't really want to mess with you. They'll get your food, but like, they don't want to mess with you. But the deer, they're like, they will try and take it out of your hands, kind of thing. Yeah, because they're so fearless in the area.
I feel
But
like
overall, everybody survived. It was fun. We're going to do another camping trip.
to a 2.5.
Yes.
Pretty good.
I made fires the whole time. I mean, I used a fire starter, but like, you know.
Well, what's the fire?
Fire
like,
burn.
Like a flint?
No. Little
putt,
pieces of, yeah. A quarter of the putt.
That counts. My man card is risen. I'm now a 9.
Why?
No, I'm not a 9. What was I before? 3.
3. Yeah.
Because I had spent.
You also lived in the woods area.
I lived in a small
Yeah,
town.
you drove in
like,
snow and
I've
stuff.
driven a lot. So.
Yeah, so that's a bump up.
Because I start a fire. Well, I now it's stopping because it's getting a little warmer. But actually, it still snowed.
Where was this at?
Well, we're up in. My wife and I'm married.
You got married?
Yeah, I got married.
Yeah. Well, my
I
camping
should've
trip's
told you.
over. So.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so you got married.
But we heat the house.
How long have you been married now?
I've been. It was the April 18th, so less than a month. Yeah.
Our anniversaries are 9 days apart now.
Look at that. We can probably do group trips to Cabo San Lucas.
Yeah, I like it.
But I start a fire every morning. At least I attempt to start a fire every morning.
Have you had days when you're like, it didn't happen today?
Well, because we have it's a wood burning stove.
It heats the whole thing.
It'll heat the house. And you
Does
can
it heat
cook
up
on
really
it.
fast?
It's a fire.
No, but does it heat the house fast?
It's shockingly comfortable. Yeah.
That's well-made house then. Good design.
It's sound, except it lets the mice in. A lot of mice. But I attempt to start fire, but like I've studied, I Google, I watch YouTube videos.
Yeah.
It's inside and it's a controlled room. It's really hard to start a fire.
Oh yeah, that's why I use fire starters.
So I try to start a fire, and my wife, who's lived up there much longer, she looks at me and it's fine. I'm like, we got it, babe. And I go out, smoke a cigarette, come back in, fires out.
Dead. She's like a 7 on the man scale, though.
Oh,
she's way.
No, there's way more.
She's like, listen, I got this.
Yeah, and then she'll just like do exactly what I did.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Put the same place.
Yeah.
Shit starts every fucking time.
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
I listened to a Mountain Man book, and what these guys.
What was it?
It was called The Mountain Man. It's the Stephen Rinella book.
Oh, I just downloaded that.
It's great.
Yeah.
You listen
What
to
is
that.
it? Audible.
Audible. It's great. You listen to what those guys could do, and if they YouTube what people are suggesting now, that one, I think they'd be like, it's ridiculous. You don't need all that. But at the same time, they'd be like, you have the ability to just do all that. It's incredible. We just went out there and died. That's basically my takeaway from the Mountain Men book was they went out there and died.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see what's over there. Oh, I might not be back.
They're like, do you have something to stay in? Nope. We dug a hole. I'm like,
Lewis
I have
and
a
Clark.
12-foot. I have a 12-person tent for 3 people.
For 3, Lewis and Clark. They didn't write a boat. They designed a metal boat that could be taken apart and had a big crew. And the crew would go down the rivers.
Yeah.
And then they would get to the end or whatever, and they would disassemble the boat. The crew would do this, and they would carry this steel boat to another body of water, which is impressive in its own right.
Yeah.
Lewis and Clark, one would take the left side of the fucking river, one would take the right, and they walked the entire thing.
Yeah.
They didn't ride on the boat.
Yeah.
And not only did they walk it, they would stop and make field drawings and write about the flora.
They're super
fauna.
accurate.
Oh,
too.
and they also hunted and killed food for everybody else. It's remarkable. Like, to me, it's like last night, my wife was like, oh my God, there's a spider.
Right.
And I was like, I got this, bitch. I'm not afraid of rodents.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid of spiders. I'm not afraid of, I killed it. But I couldn't get it, so I had to move. This is how quickly your masculinity can change.
Right.
How much more of a badass she is. I had to move my nightstand. So I killed this terrifying spider. Big.
Yeah, right.
Spider.
Yeah. Poisonous,
Kill
probably.
Oh, it was definitely a brown recluse.
Yeah, definitely.
Became less reclusive.
Yeah.
I remember my friend was like, it's definitely a brown recluse. I was like, no, it's not. And he's like, why? I was like, because you're seeing it. Do you understand?
It's not a recluse.
So anyway, I killed a spider, and I'm
She's got
like,
an
yeah,
attitude.
I'm a badass. And I move my nightstand, and I'm like, oh my God! And there's a dead mouse. And then my wife is like, what? Picks it
You're
up.
like, we have, you know what? It's a
I was
nice,
like, it's a
it's a
balance.
give and take.
It's
Give
a
and take.
balance.
Yeah, no,
so
that's
yeah, I got married.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, did you know?
I saw the pictures.
By Elvis.
Elvis. Was he good?
You know, I got to be honest with you. The little neon chapel in
Las Vegas?
Old Town Vegas, super great, super fun. It was equal parts camp, but like not. It was cheesy. It was amazing.
I showed my in-laws the picture of your picture with the woman in the wheelchair.
Oh yeah, oh that was great.
One of the greatest pictures of all time. Because I was like, well, I don't want to say anything because it's probably somebody's relative or a friend.
Can we post a picture on this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get back from the wedding, which I do want to talk about. We got back from the wedding, and so we didn't tell anybody, but kind of I don't know, like maybe Doug, my best friend Doug, bald Doug.
Yep.
He's like, I'm coming. I was like, all right, cool. And then Melissa's 2 really close friends were like, we're coming. We're like, all right, dope. Which thank God, because it made it super fun. But we get back to the casino after the wedding, and there's this like a sculpture of these like 2 rabbits kissing.
Yeah.
And Melissa's friends like, oh, you have to get a picture in that. And then right next to that is a woman in a wheelchair.
That's just having a horrible
and I
day.
said, we could do that, but you're gonna have to take a picture of everything that around us. She goes, oh no, that's why I mentioned it. I was like, dope. So we go up there, and the lady in the wheelchair's like, would you like me to move? I was like, no. We're just going to get it cropped really tight, which we weren't.
That's so mean.
And it's such a good photo.
It's a great photo. Whoever left her there, she's just unhappy.
Well, she wasn't. She was really nice. She looks unhappy in the thing, but she actually was really nice.
Oh, okay. Well,
she was like super friendly.
She's very happy.
So
for
like,
you guys.
I feel bad not, but I do. But she now is a sticker. Every text we send is like, she's like in the text.
She's nice.
She's become.
Well, it's a nice story.
Oh, it's hilarious.
She's like, hey, Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov. Yeah, so Elvis is great. So it's our 3 friends, and they were great because they did his and her side. So it's Doug and her 2 friends.
Yeah.
And then the lady running it, she puts a camera in the middle of the aisle. She's like, okay, you guys can walk, and you split the aisle, and then as you're doing that, Elvis is going to sing you a song, and you get up there, and we want you to slow dance.
Oh.
And you know me, I don't give a shit. And Melissa, who was like a legit dancer, like a ballerina, like a real dancer. She's like, I'm not dancing. I was like, babe,
We're gonna do one dance.
This is the thing. She's like, fine. So, Elvis starts singing Love Me Tender. He's going, we get to the thing. We start slow dancing, and it's like us in front of 3 other people. It's super fucking hard. Elvis is singing my super awkward. And he gets about 2 minutes in. And there's like a key change. And he hits the key change, and then Melissa leans into me and she goes, oh my God, he's doing the full fucking rendition. It's hilarious, dude.
You're just looking at your friends like, hey, how's it going?
But it was super fun. I'm glad that's how we did it. We both been married a couple times, so I don't.
Yeah, no, I get it.
We had started planning a wedding, and I was like, what are we doing? It's like, I don't want to buy anybody $100 dinner. But when I was doing the math, I was like, I got out to like 60 people that were like for sure going to go. And I was like, oh, this is going to be really bad.
Also, by the way, you went to a great dinner and then randomly ran into somebody from school?
Yeah, I'm a
high
badass.
School?
I'm a badass too.
Was everybody just like, what the heck? How do you know the guy at Delmonico's?
I look like a badass because we walk in, I'm in the front of so it's me and the 4 behind. And I was like, I don't say a word. And this is a random restaurant, which come to find out we had been to for Brian's.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't realize that when I booked it. I walk in and the guy's like, John Wells from Bakersfield? And I was like, yep. So they just hear that.
Do they think immediately, he's a degenerate gambler who spends a lot of time in Vegas?
Like, this guy's got a
Johnny!
This guy's got
hey!
He's got a lean on his home. Obviously, I want to be like, little, I don't know.
No, that's like because I was a degenerate gambler in Vegas.
So all they hear is John Wells from Bakersfield, and I'm like, yeah. And then they're behind me, and then the next thing you know, me and that random person are giving each other a hug. So then he takes us to our seats, and they're like, what's going on? Are you famous? And I was like, I'm like, what? Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of famous.
Yeah, people
not
know us.
Famous
People are aware.
But it was amazing because, so I ended up, it was somebody, my friend Mike Jones, who I grew up with and went to school with from like 8th grade through high school, and I hadn't seen. But it was so, you're not expecting to see somebody It's like I wasn't even to the point of being able to register if somebody looked familiar. It was
right, yeah.
Quick, dude, so he runs the whole fucking place. It's like basically his place.
That's awesome.
So for everything, just food.
What was the restaurant?
Food. Delmonico's.
Awesome. So
it's
Vegas.
in the Venetian.
It's like in between like 2 hotels kind of thing?
The Palazzo and Venetian.
Yeah.
It's a really great steakhouse.
Nice.
And I would say that regardless, it was amazing. But dude, it was like just extra food. And then we get done and they're like, oh, well, you can't leave without dessert. It's your anniversary. So they bring out this giant banana cream pie, which this interesting. It's like this high it's massive. So we're eating that, we get done, everybody's like, ugh, and then they take the plates away, and then we see more spoons getting put down around it. So we're like, what's going on? He's like, well, Mr. Jones said you can't leave here without trying all the desserts. So then they bring every other dessert. Dude, it was awesome. I mean, it was the best thing.
Congratulations.
We really didn't gamble. Our parents gave us a little money.
The gamble is the wedding.
It's definitely
marriage
more
is the
for
gamble.
For me, she's hot and she's smart and she's a very brilliant person.
She's successful.
And I just got to keep the lie going long enough,
What do you do, sir? I'm a substitute.
I try. What do you do? I try really hard.
I'm a hard trier.
I'm a real hard
I think that's a good name for the podcast, too.
Hard trier.
Not the try-hards. The hard triers. Because it's just totally wrong.
It's brother to brother. Brothers, two brothers hanging and talking about stuff.